myself and the people who actually work in the industry and all you guys out there as well. Because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, we are all the voice of metal, basically, because I think it's a big community, and yeah, we can all be a part of it, right? Anyway, I have an interesting topic tonight. Give me one second here. The topic is about something I watched on Expedition Unknown about the boogeyman, so to speak. It's rather interesting. What it boils down to is that it's a Spanish hero that was condemned by and killed by Frenchmen. I forgot what year, 1800s, probably somewhere on there. The thing about it is when they were doing, coming up with this whole thing is this, I say, diss him basically. So they basically called him that, and it's a rather interesting story behind it because the people that were basically either hung or killed actually haunt the castle where this all took place. Him and his brother, but he was an actual hero. His brother was actually killed and hung by a rope, and they said that you could see the shadow of the guy hanging on the side of the building or something, or he fell. Somebody fell from a building. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it got me thinking about topics that relate to that kind of stuff with ghosts and things like that. And usually death metal and things like that, and just metal in general, they all have kind of some eerie stories sometimes with it. So I thought, why not? So I had to. I'm a little bit off on what I was going to try to say tonight, but I figured why not kind of start out with something along those lines. So anyway, without further ado, I've got a list of 20 songs that are about basically about you know the ghosts or sins of the past, so to speak, things that have happened with ghosts and apparitions and stuff. It's kind of cool. So we'll check it out. Drapery Falls from Opeth. The meaning of the song is about a slow, agonizing realization that one has become exactly what they loathed by their predecessors. The narrative is a man who sits in an ancestral home curtains away, watching the curtains away. Okay, sway. Sorry. Realizing the madness that took his father is now scratching at the inside of his own skull, which is kind of crazy. Hello, everybody. I got 21 people now, 13. The heritage on distant, yeah, distant. I think that's how you say it. Meaning is a focus of the physical and spiritual burden of the surnames and their synonym. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm moving on. The narrative: a warrior stands over a mass grave holding a sword passing down for centuries. Realizing the glory of his family had actually built on the bones of the innocent. Cool. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing? We got a new viewer, right? Or is this? I think you've talked to me before, haven't you? How are you doing? I'm doing wonderful. I changed out my shirt, which is kind of fitting for ghost like stories, I guess, because September morning is supposed to be, I guess, I don't know what the character itself is supposed to be somewhat of a soul reaper type character. So I thought, why not, right? Oh, I know, right? This is September morning. She's got some great music. I got to see her live and stuff like that. I wish I had another shirt of hers. I might have to look online and check out and see if I can find one because she's really awesome. She dresses up in this really cool costume with this kind of wig that she has that has the black and the white kind of like she's like a reaper, which is cool. And then some of the guys have hoods and stuff like that and have makeup on. It's really cool looking, and I enjoy it very much myself. So, and I also got some of her NFT, so I get to see her backstage, and also for free, and also a certain amount of discount on her goods, so which is kind of cool. Yep. Oh, you know her. Okay, yeah. She's really awesome. She's a really great person. And I love talking to the group. So hopefully I'll be able to see them hopefully some other time. But anyway, see what was I talking about? Number 18 is faith divides us. It's death unites us. Paradise lost. The meaning is a bleak look at the inherited religious and social dogmas eventually leads to every generation to the same cold grave. Okay, I'm not sure if I follow that one. The narrative is two brothers are being forced into a holy war by their fathers, dying wish only to meet at the end of each other's blade. Oh, wow. That's kind of intense, right? Faith divides us, death unites us. Interesting. Anyway, Jester race. See here. Jester race. In Flames is who sings the song. The meaning is metaphor. Humanity is blindly following the gesture of progress, repeating the same mistake of those before them. The narrative is a civilization builds a tower on a foundation of quicksand, ignoring the warnings of the written as written in dust in the ruins below. Interesting. That's kind of quite cool. The Jester race. Dead Memories from Slipknot captures the feeling of being trapped in a cycle of trauma and the ghost of a broken home. A narrative a man wanders through a house where the walls bleed the arguments of his parents, unable to find the exit to his own future. There you go. That's pretty intense, right? I never even knew that. Dead Memories. So think about that. I mean, I like the song. I don't know if you guys do, but I've heard that quite a few times. Ancestral. Stephen Wilson explores the dark matter of our DNA, the traits and horrors that we carry that we don't even ask for. There you go. A man wanders through a house. Oh wait, in a high-tech lab, a woman sees a vision of a primitive ancestor of her own reflection, realizing her modern life is just a thin veil for her ancient violent, basically her violence of the past. Wow, how are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing well. I know I am. Oh, by the way, before I go too much further, if you haven't subscribed or liked to the channel, please do so because, like I said before, I'll say it again, it definitely helps us out, helps grow the channel. The more people, the better off it is. I'm hoping that that would give me some leverage to say, look, I've got all these people that would love to get to know some new bands and the people behind the music. So you're not just learning about the music, you're getting to know them personally. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish. Because I mean, we can kind of pitch the band a little bit, maybe some of the projects they're working on, and then kind of go into more personal, a little bit more about them and what got them into the music industry and doing what they do. I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, because I always like to hear that kind of stuff. It's kind of interesting to me. Some of the best concerts, worst concerts, some of the crazy stories that maybe that happen while they're on tour would be really cool. This is what I'm hoping to accomplish. We'll see. Uh, Ancestral, Stephen Wilson, the meaning explores the dark matter of our. Oh, okay, I already saw it. I already did that one. Under a Serpent Sun is at the gates is the name of the group. It's anthem about the inevitability decay of all things, regardless of the status or lineage. There you go. The narrative is a king watches his son wither into the same plague that took the queen, realizing his crown offers no protection against the serpent sun. That's an interesting story, right? Cool. I appreciate that. Night Eternal, Moonspell. The meaning, the ideal peripheral night or vampiric curse that haunts a family tree. Which reminds me, I've got a deck of cards from Magic the Gathering that has a few vampires in it, which is really cool. They're kind of cool characters. A lineage of curse, but to never be seen the sun because of the deal that their forefather made with a shadow in the woods. There you go. So basically, they're cursed of the sins of their ancestors in the past, which is kind of crazy. So they're because they can't see the light of day. Number 12 is Graves of the Father, Hypocrisy, a brutal exploration of the literal earth that holds the remains of our past and the secret buried there. The narrative is a grave digger discovers that the bodies of his ancestors are refusing to rot, kept alive by the strength of their unresolved malice. That's kind of deep. Graves of the Father. I think that's pretty interesting. My spirit will go on from DragonForce. The concept of a soul's energies outlasting the physical body and possessing the next in line. A dying knight whispers as a spell into his newborn son's ear, ensuring his war will continue through the child's hands. That's kind of deep, and that's kind of not creepy, but it's kind of bad that he's telling his son to do that, right? I would think so. His child. Um, was my favorite game? Are you talking about video game, or are you talking about just games in general, like board games? I mean, board games like Monopoly was always fun. Um, Video games, I don't know. I kind of like the Mario Brothers kind of stuff, Donkey Kong, that kind of stuff. Um, those are just fun, kind of, not so serious games. Pac Man. The more serious ones, I think the ones that were puzzle type games were really cool. Oh, Maze Craze. That was an old Atari game. That was like an old school. It's like supposed to have, I think you have robbers and cops, and you could do the maze, or you can actually do it without getting caught by the cop. I think is what it was, because there's a little cursor that would move around trying to find you. It's kind of crazy. It's not the most intense graphics. It's just a real basic, kind of like a bigger Pac-Man, but it's just a cursor. Is all it was. It was kind of crazy, but it was kind of fun. Let's see here. Generations Journey of Talaxian, I think it says it. Iltlan. I think it's an L. The meaning is specifically written about the cycle of the sins of the father and the difficulty of breaking the chain. A young boy finds the narratives. The young boy finds a hidden journey and realizes every man in his family has disappeared on their 21st birthday. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why they disappear on their 21st birthdays, or some sort of adventure that they go on that they never come back. Maybe there's like a alternate reality or something that, have to. Oh, you have to go to church? Okay, well, take care. Have fun at church. um, the Ghost of Heritage, Winterfylleth. Bye. Take care. I guess it's early for you. I'm assuming you're probably someplace in another country, I would assume. The meaning is atmospheric tribune to the land of the spirits who died defending our or betraying it. There you go. A narrative a traveler feels that the eyes of thousands of years old soldiers watching him from the hillside, judging him of his worthiness of the bloods that he carries. Oh, that's interesting. Do I play guitar? No, but I wish I did. I know two people that do. My son has been learning. Another person I know has been playing guitar. And I thought there was somebody else that did have some guitar lessons or knew a little bit of guitar, which would be kind of cool to learn. I think I need to do that. The only thing is my son kind of tried to help me out, but I think it kind of intimidated me a little bit. So maybe I need somebody else that can maybe do a better job of teaching. I don't know. He tried. A Morning Star, Blood Red Hourglass. Man, I could do it on my own, maybe. The celestial timing of a family's downfall is written in the stars. The family gathers to it for a funeral, only to realize the morning star has risen, signaling that none of them will leave the house alive. Morning star, interesting. So it's almost like they have a predestined destiny that's written in the stars, maybe? What's that? Scrunch their noses when they play guitar. I don't know. That's a good question. Do I know why, or do you know why? Me, I'm scrunching because I can barely read the type on here, but I got new glasses. It won't be for another couple weeks, so it'll probably the closer to the end of the month. Hopefully I have two new pairs of glasses, maybe. We'll see. And I'm thinking about taking a prescription and seeing if I can't get new lenses put in these frames here because I like the frames a lot, and they're not in bad shape. So I figure why not. Let's see here. 7 is Inheritance by Spiritbox, a biting commentary of a toxic emotional traits passed down in their heirlooms. Okay, number. The narrative is a daughter smashes a porcelain doll passed down for generations, trying to break the perfection that masks years of abuse. Oh wow, that's crazy. That is really deep. Number 6, Curse of the Ancestors, from Unleashed, the wrath of the ancient gods or ancestors who feel forgotten by the modern world. The narrative is a construction crew unearths a Viking burial mound, and by nightfall, the foreman begins hearing voices in a language that who hasn't been spoken for in millennia. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we ought to find that out later on. Maybe I can try to look it up and find out. I mean, everybody could probably Google that. Is there a reason for it? Well, I think a lot of it's just the attitude. That's my guess. It's like this. Yeah, it's going because they're kind of getting into the guitar playing. Because I can imagine they're going. They want to just look like they're really going at it. That's my guess, but I don't know. That's a theory, not a definite, right? Let's see here. What we got? Darkest Hour from Dead Ancestors. Number 5, Darkest Hour is the band. The meaning, a high speed reflection on whether we are living in our own lives or just acting out the script of the dead. Okay, that's interesting. The narrative is a man realizes his choices are actually just the echoes of his grandfather's regrets. That's kind of deep, too. Yeah, you think so? I can imagine doing that, going kind of the nose going, or they could be doing this, going when they're singing. If they're singing and they're playing guitar, yeah, that's like kind of like growling. That could be it. I think possibly kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't do the deep vocal kind of stuff. I'm afraid I'm gonna ruin my voice if I don't have vocal training. Number 4 is The Blood Spill Between Us. Diecast is the name of the group. The meaning is a violent severity of family ties to prevent further corruption. The narrative: two brothers stand on opposite sides of a battlefield, knowing that for the curse to end, one of them must be the last. Kind of reminds you of the Highlanders back in the day. Can I do male screams? I'm gonna do a low one just so it's not too loud. Kind of like that, maybe. I don't know. That'd be. I'm not singing anything. I'm just making sounds. But give me some metal, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's see here. The Gala, the Gale, Insomnium is the name of the group. The meaning is the instrumental representation that claims before the inevitable storm of a family's tragedy. The narrative is a cold wind blows through the empty nursery, the same wind that blew the night for the firstborn went missing a century ago. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, my son. Yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he's a guitarist. He knows how to play songs. He's getting there. He's learning. I don't think so. I think he's just he's focused on what he's doing, but he's not doing the emotional stuff. But I think if he were to practice that with the guitar playing, he probably could get it down. I think part was when you're in the groove. It reminds me. It reminds me. I was in a concert, and it was one of the opening bands. It was a small local band there, and it was rather interesting. The one guy that plays the bass guitar, he was actually so engrossed in what he was doing, he did not see his sister trying to get his attention. And we were really close to the front. And he were like right, I mean, he's like right above us like this, you know? And he was just so in, you know, but he wasn't looking down, he was looking out. I think is what it was. And he's going boom, 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 boom. But I don't think he had the end of the nose thing going. But he was focused, you know. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe you could ask him. Maybe you can give us the answer. I don't know. He probably knows better than me. I would say because I think it's just a lot of it's just getting into it. I really believe that. Um, did I get this one? I don't remember. Colin Blues, an empty nursery, blue the nights. I'm gonna say this again. The gala is insomnium. The meaning is an instrumental that represents the calm before the inevitable storm of a family's tragedy. The narrative is the cold wind blows through an empty nursery, the same wind that blew the night of the firstborn went missing a century ago. There you go. Number two is Dark on Me, a star set. The meaning is a vacuum of identity left behind with a parental figure, and the light that they provide is extinguished. The narrative is an astronaut drifting into space, realizing he went to the stars because of his father's failed to reach them, and now they are both lost. See, that kind of reminds me of the moon mission, the one they're going to go around the moon now, and I think they're going to do some other around the moon things. And then 3 years from now, they're going to try to land on the moon. Yeah, that's what it's going to say. It's like rock culture. Okay, there you go. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just like getting in the groove of it. It's like kind of like that. And the vocals, if he's a vocalist playing guitar, there you go. Kind of reminds me of Randy. You know, Randy from Lamb of God. He does kind of that thing too with his singing. You know, he's not even playing guitar. He doesn't play guitar. Well, I don't know. He might play guitar, but I don't know that because he doesn't do that in the band. So maybe he's focused on his vocals. I mean, that's hard to do. You think that'd be hard to sing and to play at the same time, knowing the words. I don't know. Number one is Blackwater Park from Opeth. The meaning is the ultimate accumulation, you know what I mean, of filth, sided decay, and the sun setting on a ruined legacy. The narrative is the last descendant of a wealthy, corrupt family stands in the middle of a polluted lake, watching their estate burn, finally ending the cycle in the black water. Interesting. Blackwater Park. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to start doing some of the tours for you guys. So if you want to see some of these bands, you can do that. Because you might actually enjoy some of the music and find a new band that you've never heard before. So the spring of 2026, apparently, OTEP's tour is the last Will and Testament tour supporting Tribulation. Band Spiritbox is going to be Tsami of the Soul supporting Loathe and Dying Wish. Insomnium, the Shadows of the Dying Sun Anniversary supporting Omnium Gatherum. At the Gates is going to be touring. The tour name is Red Sky Over Europe. That's going to be the Halo Effect. Paradise Lost, The Embers of the Past, supported by Pallbearer. That's interesting. Paradise Lost. I don't remember that one, but okay, I'll take its word for it. It's supposed to be all the bands that we covered tonight, or at least their songs anyway, right? So, guitar. Oh, wait a minute. My brother always wears a black leather jacket, sunglasses while he's playing the guitar, and he does the nose crunch all the time. It's so cool, though. There you go. There you go. Gotta get a leather coat. Now, the thing is, being up on stage with the lights, I would think that would get very hot for him. If he's doing it outside, ooh, man, he might not want to wear that leather coat. What do you think? I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was going to show off that picture. That's a drawing that somebody did of themselves. She's right there. That's from Carla Harvey. of the Violent Hour, just in case you don't know that, and or the lead singer of Lords of Acid now, which they're on going to be on tour here soon. So if you have a chance, check them out. I know the Violent Hour, it has been a few places with the Steel Panthers, but later on, I think they're going to be. I think once they get a fairly decent album out, they will be on tour opening for other bands later on. Probably not for a little while yet. I'm guessing maybe August. I don't know, or maybe sometime the beginning of next year. It's hard to say. Um, I think it's one of those things where somebody's doing something for themselves, but not being too overwhelmed with it. If that makes sense. But the thing is, she's got to realize that there's the other people in her band that she's. I don't know if they're hired guns per se. Like they're, they pay to play kind of thing. They're part of the band. I don't know how that works. I'm assuming it's Carla's band and she's having them help her. So, right? Yeah, definitely, right? Just like now, see now Randy though, he went from having the long dreads, right, and stuff to having short hair, and he had a Cadillac shirt on, which is kind of crazy. It looks just like it looked kind of like this. They had the logo like this, in a circle. And it didn't have the name on it, just had the actual symbol of Cadillac on there, I think is what it was. I think that's Cadillac, but anyway, it's got like the little almost looks like the little flags that are on the Corvette, and it has a circle around it. And something else, I don't remember. Anyway, well, so there you go. There's a list for tonight, and maybe I can ask my son if he knows why they do that. That'd be kind of interesting question. See, that would be a good one to ask some of the musicians, artists that do. If we do have some interviews, I can't wait for that. It'll be so much easier because I'll start asking a few general questions, and then maybe you guys could come up with some questions to ask them and learn something about the artist. Now, the thing is, we gotta be nice to them, okay? Don't go going all crazy with the questions about crazy things, right? All right. Yeah, definitely, right? Keep on hanging in there with the rockin' and the metal, whatever. Headbang. The headbanging. There you go. Headbanging, like, and subscribe, right? To the channel. So, there you go. This is for the person that said you should wear a different shirt so you can show off all your shirts. But anyway, I got quite a few. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next Friday if everything goes well. I know sometimes. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. I think we're at 17, maybe 18 now. I believe 518, I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. You guys stay safe out there and enjoy those concerts and maybe find some new music that you've never heard before, and hopefully, discover something new. Also, if you're not a metal fan, check out some metal music. They're not all super heavy, so I figured, I might be able to coerce people into finding a new band or new musical taste that they never thought they would actually enjoy. That's the other focus of my channel too. Getting to know the people so they know who they are. So they go, they're a real person behind all their real heavy vocals and things like that, and the heavy guitars too. Right? So thanks for watching. Take care, and you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you next weekend. Like I said, if everything goes good. Take care. Bye.